after the week-long break?
Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone took it serious, the break. It wasn't a vacation. Everyone was ready to go, and we had a great start.
Peter Baugh, The Athletic.
Yeah, Nate, two things. First, can you walk me through the second goal you had where you got around Haig, and then also just what was your reaction from what you saw of the Reaves play on Graves there at the end?
Yeah, I noticed that he had a loose gap, and I gathered some speed below the puck and managed to get around. It was a great play by Donnie to kick it out, and I had the D in a tough spot and just kind of found the back of the net. And with Reaves, I didn't really see it.
All right, thank you, Nate.
Hey, Jared, I wanted to ask, what was, I guess, just your general reaction to the way Vegas approached the third period and the way they chose to go about playing?
Not unexpected for me. It's a playoff series, 7 games. The game's out of reach, and they were going to come and play physical and try to finish all their checks. And so I think it's to be expected. I think our guys knew that coming into it. I didn't have a problem with the way they played when it comes to that. I guess the only play that I really didn't like, that was out of the context of the game, was the Reaves play on Graves when he's down. But besides that, I think there was some big hits thrown, clean hits. Some of them were, a little high and a little late. I think besides that, I didn't see anything that was too crazy for playoff time, except I didn't like that play with Reaves at the end.
Sheriff Dean, Mile High Sports.
Jared, I have a couple for you. On the Reaves play, is that something that you suspect we'll see supplementary discipline from the NHL? And number 2, that 4-minute double minor that was rescinded. Could you just kind of give me your thoughts on that play and what happened there?
Yeah, so Reaves got a match penalty, so I'm assuming that they're going to look at that. The double minor, they thought it was a stick that caught Girard. And he was, bleeding. So they right away mark it as 4. It's something that they can review. They reviewed it. It wasn't a stick. It was actually a reverse hit by Pacioretty, and in reality, it's a smart offensive play to protect the puck and reverse hit guys and create space, but he just catches Girard high and gets him right in the face. So, my problem with that call, which they don't get to go back and make a different call after it's called a high stick, it's just high. The same rules apply when you're going to check someone, or if you're going to reverse hit someone. You can't just get him in the head, But that's a play that happened fast. They made the call right away on the high stick, and I thought they did a good job on that. Then they get to review it, but they can't go back and give them 2 for a high hit after they've already called the high stick. I don't think anyway. So I thought the officials did a pretty good job of making the calls. There was a hit when we second period, Carrier catches a guy in the corner, and they make the call and caught it and tried to keep the game in order. And I think the third just gets away because of the score.
Mike Chambers, Denver Post.
Jared, you got to be happy with how your team played after a week-long break, especially that top line with 5 goals.
Yeah, I love the way our team played tonight. Right away, out of the gate, skating, relentless puck pressure, great commitment to our checking game, capitalizing on our chances. I thought, the top line set the tone again, but our whole team was involved and playing well and skating well. And our talk before the game was we don't want to come out and wade into this thing. I thought, learning from the past, we discussed the San Jose series from a couple of years ago. We discussed the Dallas series and making sure that we were, using our legs to make a difference tonight, and getting physical in the with the opportunity, and just playing to our identity and turning it up a notch, because that's what it takes in the second round. So I give our guys a lot of credit. We kept playing the whole night. Maybe a little lapse at the start of the third, which I think is just understandable. But guys continued to check and play the right way, and it was a good night from us.
Adrian Dater, Colorado Hockey Now.
Jared, can you discuss the decision to play Sampo Ranta tonight, and especially paired with Newhook?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've discussed Newhook in length already, and Sampo is a little bit of the same. I think great college career, goes to the American League, chips in immediately, makes an impact, scores a bunch of goals, has a physicality to his game, can skate. You know, Joe and Chris liked what they see there, talked to Crow, liked what he saw, and then he comes up and gets in our practice, and he's a young guy, but he's big, he's strong, he's fast. I met with him on our systems. He seemed to understand them. I thought he was fantastic. You know what? He had a blunder on their goal. Him and Berkey both kind of got a little bit lost up there in D zone coverage, and they found the back door. Could have been quicker to recognize that. A little bit of communication would have helped. Besides that, I thought he was on pucks in the offensive zone. He was physical. He skated well. He tracked well, responsible, didn't have any turnovers. I thought it was a real good night from him. When you take in that's his first NHL game, and it's against a real good team in Vegas and in the second round of the playoffs. So the moment wasn't too big for him. And we're going to need a lot of guys. And I thought to give him a chance at home when I can control the matchup a little bit, see how he handles it, is a good time, instead of if we lose a guy or something as the series goes on. You know, I could be inserting him later on for his first NHL game. So I wanted to get him into this series as early as I can, and then now we'll reevaluate and we'll make decisions for the second game, see how our health is, see how everyone's doing, and we'll adjust the lineup we think will give us the best chance to win on Wednesday.
We'll take three more here for Jared. Ryan O'Halloran, Denver Post.
Hey, Jared, how impressed were you with Cale Makar at both ends of the ice tonight?
Well, I thought he was fantastic. Yep, skating right away, heads up plays, defended well. I thought he was fantastic, start to finish.
Peter Baugh, The Athletic.
Yeah, Jared, how key do you think Mikko after last series kind of said that he felt he should have scored earlier in the series, maybe should have done more. How big is it to get him going with a goal early in the first for the rest of the series?
Well, it was huge. I think I loved his game for, especially at the start, first period, second period. I mean, it was a horse on the puck. He was hanging on to it. It seemed like everything was happening in slow motion for him. He was finding the open man all over the ice, a lot of heads up plays, defended well, breaks up some rush attack opportunities for Vegas, coming back with a good stick and identifying the open man where they look like they're going to slip some pucks into him. I mean, he made a difference on both sides of the puck right from the drop, in the first period. So I thought that line was really good. He was outstanding.
Last one here, Michael Morial, NHL.com.
Hey, Jared, two quick ones here. First, if you have an update on Gerard, and second, was it at all surprising to you to see Leonard in net, and did that change anything for your group?
Gerard finished the game, so he's good. I'm not really surprised they went with Lehner. They've been riding two guys all year. It's a lot of hockey, right? You're in a stretch run. I guess if you're looking at it from Vegas's perspective, you got confidence in both guys. Fleury's been carrying the load. They're playing important games down the stretch, trying to finish first, same as us. Then they go 7 games, and it's a long, hard-fought series. Rest is important, and they come out in this one after just playing the other night and fighting for that. There's an emotional toll and that it takes on players, and then to jump right into another series. They feel good about Lehner. He's played well for them this year, so they went with him, and I'm sure at some point we'll see Fleury back in the net. But doesn't surprise me they went with another guy, especially the way they've been playing him over the last couple of years. It didn't really change anything for our group. Our mentality has to be the same. There's a couple different points for each of those guys that we address with our team, but besides that, it's business as usual, regardless of who's in the net.
All right. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you.